Hi, this is Monique Morton. Tim Mathis and I created a mini Jeopardy game as our mini project. Let's play. Click the green flag. What's my name? My name is Monique. So, pick a category. Let's start with Unit 1. I'm supposed to be playing Jeopardy, so it's asking me to respond in the form of a question. Our block-based programming language is, of course, Snap. So I'm going to say, what is Snap? Notice that it shows me my answer and then asks me if I'm correct. My answers match, so I'm going to say yes. And then it tells me to select my next category. I'm just going to go down the row here, so I'm going to choose Unit 4. And my question is, my clue is procedure or formula for solving a problem. I know the answer, but I'm going to throw it and say, what is a block? So notice that it shows my answer, and of course the correct answer is what is an algorithm. So I'm wrong, and I'm going to say no. There's only one category left, so I go to Unit 6. A block that calls itself in a script. I believe that keyword is recursion. So what is recursion? And my answer is correct. And after I answer all three questions, notice that it jumps down to a congratulations screen and it tells me what my final score is. My final score is 150. So that's the end of the game. Wasn't that fun? Let's take a look under the hood. So I'm going to change my screen here so you can see what's going on. So we actually have 4 sprites, and 3 of the sprites have several costume changes. The stage also has several costume changes. So when I look at the red arrow sprite, this code is pretty much controlling the program in a way. This is starting in a different place when we start the game. And it asks us what our name is. And notice right here, there's a broadcast that says switch costumes. So let's look at another sprite. Here when we click the green flag, this sprite is supposed to hide. And when it receives the broadcast switch costumes, it's going to show itself under the cover where it said Unit 1, Unit 4, and Unit 6, which refers to units in the BJC course, and then show itself. The stage also switches costumes when it receives the message switch costumes. So let's look at one of the unit sprites. Here's Unit 6. So when the green arrows click, when the game begins, you don't see it. We hit it. After it receives a message switch costumes from the red arrow sprite, it switches to costumes, so it shows the unit. Then when it's clicked, I click them in order, but you don't have to. When we click the sprite, we're going to go into a block called when clicked. This is the block that Tim and I created. So when we go into when clicked, and that is a sensing block, just to see what it's like, I guess I didn't have to do it that way. Right click. Let's look what this one does. When clicked has another block inside of it called run category. And after that, it is changing a variable that we call number finished by 1 and switching the costume to the blank version of the script, of the sprite, sorry, the blank costume. So the number finish increases by 1 every time we do this. And once number finish reaches 3, that triggers something else in our program. A quick look at run category. Shows us a script where it automatically changes the costume, asks what the question is. Then we have a variable called user response that we're saving an answer. Once that response is given, it then asks them, was your answer correct? It goes through, and when you enter Y for yes, your score changes by 100. And when you enter anything other than Y, it changes your score by -50. So we actually have this block inside the block for when clicked. And when you go through all 3 of the category sprites, their commands all look the same. Right? Now this is unit 6. This is unit 4. And they all have the same command. So we pretty much abstracted the when clicked to work for all 3 of these sprites. And when clicked causes another block, run category, as you're seeing the clue and then the question for each sprite. A quick look at stage shows that when we start stage, that is when we're setting the score to 0 and the number finished to 0. And we're switching costumes through the 3 costumes that are there within the game. And another look at the red arrow sprite shows us that it's going to give a broadcast called game over after we get the number finished to be equal to 3. So we finish with the 3 categories. The red arrow moves, it broadcasts game over to everybody, and then it shows the score and other things that are going on in the game. So that's a quick overview of BJC Jeopardy. Hope you enjoyed it. This is Monique Morton, and my partner was Tim Mathis. Thanks. Bye.